y'all ready for this? Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Daniel, I saw that too. I saw that. But anyway, welcome to another episode of Millionaire M.A.N. Cave. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for Millionaire M.A.N. Cave on Relationship Entertainment Television. I was getting ready to say something completely different because I had to think about what I was going to say for all of like 30 seconds because we switched up some things tonight because we usually do the intro first. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do the intro.
When they do that, cause we do that though. I see you talking, so we gon' take it though. And yeah, talking cheap, so don't do that though. My click 100 deep.
All right, I got my mind right now. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. I was able to get it out. Welcome to another episode of Millionaire M.A.N. Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television. For those of y'all who just missed like the first 30 seconds right before that, I completely screwed up the intro. So I just said, let's just go ahead and start over and try to do the intro all over again. Welcome to another episode of Millionaire M.A.N. Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, if y'all are watching on Facebook, share this with your friends, share this with your family, all that good stuff in between. If you're actually out there on YouTube, we appreciate y'all. Just make sure y'all subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. If you're watching via YouTube, if you're watching via Facebook, we encourage you to actually switch over to YouTube and make sure you like and subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television channel, and then like the video. So hit the subscribe button. That way you get notified each and every time a new show or episode comes on for Millionaire M.A.N. Cave. And then last but not least, well, not really last but not least, because I'm gonna repeat this stuff again later. Download the RETV Roku channel on the Roku app. If you got a Roku TV, Roku app, one of them things in between, y'all go ahead and download the RETV Roku channel, RETV on Roku. Add it. Don't forget, rate it. Rate it. Let us know what you think about the show. And if you're thinking good things, send in your information to info@re-tv.net. If you got good feedback, bad feedback, anything in between, send your information in info@re-tv.net. We take all your questions, your comments, your concerns, and all that other good stuff as well. But I couldn't do this show without the fellas that are on the screen with me right now. So let me go ahead and shout them out right quick. In the meantime, in between time, my man, Millionaire Mike is in the building. What's going on, my brother from another mother?
Chilling, man. Doing all right. Actually, I'm not doing all right. Let me my last update with the COVID situation. So y'all know I had COVID back in January, and my lungs haven't been right since. Found out I had blood clots in my lungs, and so my breathing hasn't been right. We'll just say it that way. Like I can't breathe in all the way, and I can't exhale all the way. It's like a balloon that's not going in and out all the way. But so over the last week or so, it seems to be getting worse. So I had to speed track my next CT scan to see what's going on with my lungs now after I've been on the blood thinners. So that's kind of where I am now. So I'm doing all right, but I ain't doing all right, you know.
Gotcha. Does it affect?
Just want to give that
like,
update.
It just affects your overall way of life in general. Is that where you say, you know?
Oh, hell yeah.
Gotcha.
So, like, dude, I get tired. Like, steps kill me.
Okay.
Just going up the stairs, I gotta pause for a second before I walk down the hall. And so like here recently, it's been getting a little worse, and like walking around and eating, just doing
Eating
stuff
too?
like that. Yeah, just because
Oh.
you know, like I may hold my breath at some points, you know, while I'm eating or something. I don't know, but it just I get really tired, and at the end of every day, I'm exhausted.
Gotcha. So let me ask this question, then, because somebody
Yeah.
may ask simple ass question. But should you be smoking cigars then? I mean, if exactly, should you be smoking cigars then? I mean, if that's the
So
case.
here's my philosophy on that.
Here's my philosophy. Go ahead.
Yeah, oh, speaking of that, KRS,
Web MD.
we'll talk about it later.
That's his new nickname, Web MD.
Yeah, so I went on WebMD and I was like, COVID. No, I'm playing.
People do that though. People be diagnosing the hell out of themselves. They be like, "Yo, I got," and then be like, "Oh shit, I'm dying." They be like, "So you just go."
Hey,
So
they be like, where that cream at?
That ointment.
People do diagnose the hell out of themselves.
Oh,
Self-diagnosing like shit. Like, go to college, go to medical school, and then diagnose yourself. You gonna Google like a mug. I got this. Nah, my bad. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, nah. I was just gonna say my philosophy is, you know, it's in my lungs. So right now, it's my lungs is the issue. And when you smoke cigars, you don't inhale. So then that's with my lungs. That's my philosophy.
I just figured the pull or the drag or whatever y'all call it when smoking cigars would, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the
Drag though.
Hey, you know,
that was 1970s Marlboro Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever y'all call it, I don't smoke cigars.
Then they used to call them, and don't quote me because I ain't never smoked cigarettes, but then they used to call them joints fags, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've heard it.
I've heard that.
I've heard that name.
Okay.
Before. But nah,
But,
I mean,
yeah.
I just figured, you know, with smoking a cigar, I didn't know if that affects, you know, your breathing or whatnot as well.
Nah. As far as I know, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I put it this way. So, like, I don't get extra tired smoking a cigar like I do, like I said, when I'm eating sometimes or talking, you know, things like that.
Gotcha. Well, as Facebook users just said, because I don't know which one it is, but it's, you know, a million Facebook users, which means 9 times out of 10 they watching from a Facebook group. So there's the RETV Facebook group, there's a Millionaire M.A.N Facebook group, and there's a couple other Facebook groups out there that we actually air on. So make sure y'all watching from Facebook. Make sure y'all continue to share this with your own, with not just your group, but your friends and your family as well. But we do appreciate we definitely appreciate, you know, y'all tuning in. In the UK, they still say fags, Maurice. Mo.
For cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's clarify.
Make sure we keep the whole, yeah.
I'll be like, oh, he talking. No, I'm not bashing nobody for nothing like that. Each his own.
Cigarettes. Turn for cigarettes.
Exactly.
But anyway, yeah, nah. So I appreciate that Facebook user too. So we'll see how things go. I just want to keep everybody updated.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah, let us know. You know, if you need anything from us, anything like that, just let us know.
Yeah, I need $1,000.
Hey, Donnell. Mike said he needed $1,000. Screen stuck. His screen stuck.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. No English.
No speaking no English. Okay.
No.
All the way from the DMV, up there with you, Maurice. My man, Mr. Reasonable, aka Donnell's in the building. What's going on, Donnell?
Ain't nothing. I ain't smoking no cigars. I ain't got no issues with. Well, at least I know I don't got no issues with my lungs. But I'm chilling, man. You know, Mike, and you know, hopefully you can recover from that, like real talk. You know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. A lot of people do say that, like once you catch COVID, your respiratory is never the same.
Yeah,
Did
and
you
it
have
affects
any?
everybody different.
Yeah, I would say it affects everybody different. And a lot of times it depended on your any prior health issues you might have had prior. That's what I was going to ask. Did you have any prior health issues prior to catching them?
Yeah, asthma. I got asthma.
Asthma.
My wife said the same thing. So
she got it. She got it one time too.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
it affected her breathing or anything like that?
Right?
Wait, you asked something. Would you ask, Mike?
Her breathing ain't right.
It's not the same. No. Would you ask Ty?
Same question.
Yeah. I mean, and it'd be like random. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, since she's had COVID, her breathing hasn't been the same.
She ain't never went to go checked out or nothing like that. It ain't been that bad.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she's not a big woman, you know what I mean? But like, she doesn't exercise regularly. Like, I'm not saying,
that's the cause, something like that. Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying, could it be? Could be, but I'm no doctor. I'm no WebMD.
Hey, and with COVID, real talk, you've got to advocate for yourself. When you go to see these doctors, you've got to like really put the press on them, because they'll be like, oh yeah, this is just symptoms. This is just, it'll go away after, so long. My previous doctor, and I've changed since then. He was just like, yeah, just give it some time. It just hadn't been long enough for you.
Gosh.
And I'm like, nah, something ain't right, dog.
I'm walking away. Donnell dumb, man. Donnell is dumb. Donnell is dumb. You gotta watch what you say about people like Donnell.
I don't even. Oh man, I don't even know what I said.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I don't even know what to say on that one, Mike. But hey, I was gonna ask you a question though before we actually get really into the show. Hey, y'all, for y'all tuning in, this really goes behind the doors, closed doors of a man cave. We actually just chopping it up, talking about. Damn, Donnell, you all right over there?
Hey man, I know Mike a long time. I would have never guessed he would have heard him say something like that, but I'm good.
I don't even know what I said, but I don't want to repeat it.
You said that something wasn't long enough for you.
Long enough for you.
And something wasn't right.
I got you.
Hey, do you got a black doctor though, Mike?
Now I do.
You do? I'm gonna have to holler at you and figure out where you go, because I've been looking for. Is it a male or female?
Male.
I'm gonna have to figure out where you go, because I had my doctor is not black, and I've been looking for a black doctor, and the only black doctor somebody recommended me to was way on the other side of the Timbuktu, and I ain't going that far. You got a black doctor down there?
Absolutely, that's important.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I haven't had one. I haven't had a black doctor in since I probably left the DMV area. Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a quick second, Maurice. But yeah, I haven't had a black doctor since I left the DMV area, so I'm definitely checking up to see if what black doctors in the area did they take my insurance. For sure. Getting into the show, I'm glad Maurice asked that question, because we do usually talk about sports for a quick couple minutes before we get into the whole Steph being in the top 10. Y'all heard your boy Rob Gronkowski is retiring. Y'all think he actually going
retiring again? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You think he's gonna stay retired?
I think so. Unless Tom, Brady, just kind of hits him in the ear and is like, hey, I need you this one last season.
That's why I'm surprised he's retiring. Honestly, I'm really surprised, because since Brady came back, I figured he'd have stuck around for at least one more season, and then just left out when Brady left out.
I mean, outside of winning, I think Tom Brady just has a love for the game, like a lot of players. A lot of us couch watchers. He doesn't. That's all he does is eat, sleep football.
Yeah.
But the Bama had a TV offer to go in the TV doing commentating in football.
You talking about Brady,
It's
right?
hard to let the
Yeah.
field
But
go.
that's
though.
what I'm saying.
It's
Like
hard to let that field go.
what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of players who, outside of football, really don't have a life. I mean, you know what I mean? But then you have those players who, been there, done that, got the t-shirt and can move on from it. And I think that's what Rob Gronkowski is.
Like Maurice just said, he don't need the money. I mean, I can't count nobody's pockets like that, but you would think he don't need the money
And
considering
I've
the fact
heard
rate.
like some old, some old football players. Yeah, I mean, I've heard some old football players like say, longevity, their bodies won't be the same, and so they get out when they can.
That's the crazy. That's right, because there are a lot of people who've been retiring like early, like in their 20s.
Right. But they're usually people that have been having issues. He hasn't really had any health issues over his whole 44-year career.
Some of them know, Mike. Some of them retire because they don't want, like Donnell just said, they don't want to have issues. They don't want to have, like you said, they getting their body beat up, on the field, every day every week. That they be like, yeah, I'd rather not, especially with that CTE.
Yeah.
And see, that's where I was kind of going with the Antonio Brown topic. Not saying that he's not crazy or has some issues, but if I'm injured and I can feel this injury, like I can just imagine continually to play on it because I'm being told to do so, hurting my chances of recovering it, at a speedier recovery.
Yeah, because there's a lot of players who play hurt. Who played? Who played? Somebody was it? Didn't they say Brady played with was it Brady or Russell Wilson? One of them played with like a jacked up ankle the majority of the season last year.
I think that was Russell Wilson. I think
Russell Wilson. Somebody played with a jacked up ankle. And like you said, that if you wind up messing that up, that messes with your long term ability to do whatever. It's not just your head, but the rest of your body as well that you got to take care of when you out there playing sports.
So I think I heard Tom Brady say though, or read something where he was like, for him, it's that competition. It's that competition every week, getting ready for it, and all that. And once he is able to let that go, that was kind of his thing. He wasn't ready to let that go just yet.
His wife was ready for him to let it go. I don't know, but speaking of being played injured, Maurice brought up Steph Curry. Steph Curry, pretty much jacked up his ankle and twisted it again in the finals, and he continued to play on it, the entire way. So he actually, you got to watch out for things like that. But to answer his question though, would y'all put Steph in the top 10?
Yes.
Of players?
Yep.
Of all time?
Of all time. He is the greatest shooter of all time. And I think that, to me, he's the greatest shooter of all time. And I think that includes him in that top 10.
So you put him over Bird and Reggie Miller?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, because I don't think he's just the greatest shooter of our time. I think he's the greatest shooter of all time.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Ray Allen was my man now.
And Ray Allen.
But, Ray Allen was my man, but Steph, he's a different breed.
You put him in your top 10 down there?
I put him in a category of game changers.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm there top 10. Like top 10 players would be, a Kobe Bryant putting his whole team on his back winning a championship. You know what I mean? Of course, Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? One of the greatest to ever do it. Bill Russell. Don't nobody got as many rings as him.
Right.
I would still put Allen Iverson up there.
In top 10?
In top 10?
Well, in terms of game changer.
Oh, okay.
In terms of 3-point shooting, top 10 all day.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of, taking a team and, doing it over and over again, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would have to really put that down on paper, you know what I'm saying, to say, who was my top 10.
You have to figure out your other 9 first.
Maurice Hollis, who is he in your top 10? Since you asked the question, is he in your top 10, Maurice? Since you asked the question, I personally don't know. I'm kind of with you, Darnell. I put him as he's definitely a game changer because wasn't nobody shooting like he was until he came out and started shooting like that. And now he does it so effortlessly. Even when he's off, he's halfway down.
He's
the court.
close.
Exactly. He's halfway down the court when he throw that bad boy up. Like, I will say his game has gotten better, and if his game continues to get better, I think I can put him in the top 10 fully. Defensive wise, he's gotten better defensively. He wasn't a good defensive player, but he definitely showed, especially this playoff season, that he can actually play defense and actually and affect the game.
And don't get it twisted, right? Like, I'm not taking anything away from his game. Like, I think again, I go back to, when I say game changer, of course it's 3-point shooting, but he doesn't play with revenge. It's like he's out there playing, having a lot of fun.
Yeah. But I think that may be in his version of revenge because game 5, he was completely off of the finals against the Celtics. He was completely off. And when they interviewed him, he was like, hey, y'all still won the game, even though the fact that you were off tonight. And whoever was interviewing was like, what do you think? He was like, yeah, usually when I'm off, the next game, watch out. So he has a sense of revenge, but I don't think he plays with that same intensity like your Kobe's, your Michaels, your
definitely LeBron. LeBron be trying to be my hero. Won't pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not basketball to me.
But I think that's the way in which Kobe, helps his team. He may not be able to put the team on his back every single game like that, but he gets so much attention that he can easily just throw the ball over to Clay, Jordan Poole, whoever, and they can still be able to carry the weight and be able, because he's garnering so much attention, defensively, because he can shoot damn near from half court, like easily. Yeah. Like, so you got to play D on him, and sometimes you got to double him, which loosens or frees up somebody else to be able to pass the ball to. So I give it to him in that sense, but I still don't know if I put him in my top 10. I say he's close though. I say he's in the top 15 for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't know about the top 10, but he's definitely in the top 15. But if he keeps going the way he's doing, I think, definitely he can be in the top 10 for sure. I mean,
right, real quick, what's your top 5 all time?
No specific order. For me personally, of course, I say Mike, I say Kobe, I say Magic, Kareem. I don't know who the fifth could be because it's. I just throw in. I'll throw in Bird.
So you didn't even say Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain.
I didn't, and I understand Bill got the most rings, but my personal opinion, yeah, you can't get all them rings by yourself. You gotta have a team and a surrounding cast. So they help you make you better, and you help them make them better, so on and so forth. So just because you got a bunch of rings, I can't necessarily put. Don't get me wrong, he up there. He's one of the best that's ever done it, but I don't know if I would say he's in my top 5.
Wilt,
yeah, Wilt's great player. Great player. I mean, can't take nothing away from that dude. Dude was killing it out there. But it's that top 5 is so hard because there's been so many great NBA players.
Yeah, I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even come up with a top 5. Like, literally, I couldn't come up with the top 10, but I just figured that I would put Steph in there, just because of who he is right now, as who he has been over the years. But that's crazy. Yeah, I really, as y'all were talking about it, I was like, man, I don't know now because there's so many names, man.
And you got to think about the game. Think about the game in general for the simple fact that the game has changed so much from back when they played to now. Like, I'm not saying it's harder or easier, but it's not the same as when it's different. It ain't the same from when Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain and all them played compared to when Jordan and later on in Jordan in them career, the Iverson career to Kobe, Shaq, and now later on where it seemed like everybody be flopping. Like, I don't know. The game has changed, so it's really hard to do a solidified top 5 or in my personal opinion.
Uh-oh.
Right.
You all right, Donnell?
It's like, yeah. You all right over there, bro? Nah.
Uh-oh. He about to go get the gun.
Uh-oh. I'm going to get it now. We don't need no daggone witnesses, so we just going to go ahead and remove Donnell temporarily to Donnell get back, because we don't need no witnesses of whatever the hell goes on in Donnell's house.
House protected by Smith & Wesson.
Exactly. We didn't want no witnesses. Hey, you straight over there?
I got an alibi.
Okay, he said he got alibi. Hey, we trying to help you out, bro. Trying to help you out. Hey, so I don't know if y'all watch any. I watch. Okay, let me ask you this question. Better yet, y'all got any guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures.
What will be your guilty pleasure?
I can't say I really have a guilty pleasure.
Donnell, what's your guilty pleasure?
Something that I guess the first thing I think of when most people talk about guilty pleasures is like that show that you watch or something, you know,
that's mine.
That most people don't like. I can't really say I have a guilty pleasure.
My guilty pleasure is watching stupid TV sometimes. Sometimes I flip through the channel and watch just randomly anything that comes on, which is going to lead to my next question. But I'm just curious to know what y'all's guilty pleasure if y'all got one.
Nah. Donnell?
Sneakers. You a sneakerhead like that?
Yeah, he is.
Gosh, I've never been able. I'm like, rocking the same sneakers for 2 years straight, and then go get a new pair. Because I don't. First of all, it's been COVID, so I damn sure don't go nowhere to wear sneakers like that. So, and just to be sitting in my house collecting damn sneakers, but that's to each his own. It's a rack of people out there who spend some money for for sneakers. Do you resell yours?
Not mine. But I resold some my son's shoes that he grew out of.
Got you. See, people resell them and they be making a buck off of them. So one of my guilty pleasures, like Mike said, is actually watching stupid stuff on TV. And I don't know if y'all ever watched TLC, the learning. Well, they ain't even the learning channel anymore. It's called TLC. They got some stupid shows, and one of the shows that actually comes on is called what's it called? Oh, Finding Sister Wives. That's what it is. Finding Sister Wives. Finding Sister Wives, or Sister Wives, or Finding Sister Wives, something like that. I be flipping through channels and the shit just came up on TV one day. And it's pretty much dudes who got multiple wives or multiple partners or whatever the case may be, and they looking for another partner to add into their family. Question is, though, for y'all, could you see yourself doing that? Could you not necessarily having sister wives, but could you see yourself having multiple spouses? That like you obviously your spouse knew about they knew about each other?
Nah, I couldn't. All of my energy goes into one.
And it was all consensual?
Yeah. It's all consensual. A lot of you not. It's all consensual. And one dude is crazy. So one dude on the show, he actually, so it's like the chicks are married, but he's just like the middle dude, like just there. Like he ain't even married to neither one of them. He's just there. Like, So you with that life, or you would be about that life. I can say you with that life, but you would be about that life.
No, I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
Right, I was going to say. I was waiting for him to say, yeah, nah, I was just joking, but I'm serious at the same time. Nah, for real.
Oh, okay.
He lied. He lied. Nah, because me and my wife, we sat down and watched like 2 episodes. And I was just like, I don't get it. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, I could, like, it's hard enough dealing with, like Mike said, it's hard enough dealing with one. Why I want 3 or 4 of them? Like, I get it because they all serve, well, if you run it that way, they can serve their own individual purposes. Because we all know that, women at times, they got their cycle, they got attitudes. Sometimes they just don't want to be bothered. So if you just want to go ahead and just deal with chick over here, because you over here in your feelings and you doing your monthly thing or whatever the case may be, then you got somebody else. Like, I get it in that sense. But other than that, I don't get it. Like, I'm completely lost. Like, I with the whole sister wives thing. So I was just curious to know if y'all would actually, if you was, able to in whatever lifestyle or whatever lifetime, would you do it? Because I ain't trying to get you in trouble. I don't want your wife to be watching the show and then, she come back to y'all and be like, so, that's what you be doing for real?
Oh, speaking of wives, Ty, you said that you was watching it with Cody. So
right.
Did you ask her if she'd be down to share?
No, But because no. But she did ask, well, how come they don't have brother? Oh Lord, here we go.
DMS.
You're right. But what's the D for? You're right. I think men do have PMS, but what's the D for?
Hey, don't ask the question you don't want to know the answer to.
Right.
Hey, I want to know. She invited herself to this conversation. I want to know what's the D for. You know, anyway. Exactly. Exactly. Nah, but she did say, you know, she was like, why they ain't got, you know, sister brothers or brother sisters or whatever the hell, where it's pretty much a woman with multiple husbands. And I'm stupid. Okay. I was just wondering. So she answered the question. Thank you.
Yeah. The D.
Exactly. The D. I don't think it's. I do think sometimes us as men, we do have, like, you know, I don't say PMS or DMS, but I think it's there's a reason behind it. We've been pushed to a mood. It ain't just brother husbands. There you go, brother husband. She knew what I was talking about. I think we're pushed to have DMS or PMS. It ain't like we just randomly have PMS or DMS. Nicole, Cody, yeah, DMS. Nah, but no. So she did say she wished, as you can see, there was a brother, and there was. We looked it up. There was a brother husband show for women.
There is.
Where women, it is not on no more. Obviously, it didn't last. So that's why it's not on the air, and that's why there's no brother husband show. But we did look it up to see if there actually was a brother husband show.
Men can't share like that.
Thank you.
Men cannot do that.
I find it hard for women, though. I really find hard that women actually share like that. Most women I know are, I mean, I ain't gonna say territorial like that, but women don't get along with women. So for you to get along with women and you gotta share a dude, that's
wow, yeah. And one woman in a household is enough, you know. That's why women have issues. Well, daughters and mothers have issues a lot because you know, there's too much estrogen in the household.
Exactly. I have not met and I grew up in a household full of women or a family full of women, and like you said, Mike, they do not get along for the most part until later in life. You know, so I don't know.
I need to address this comment because Mr. Cole said there's a reason for the PMS. We don't randomly have it. Explain.
He said, "Explain."
It's a menstrual cycle. It's a scientific thing.
Well, it is, but I guess her point is, and I let her explain.
But she said it's not random.
It's not random, but it is.
So what that tells me is they can control it.
Oh.
So unless I'm told otherwise, I'd like to know, because you don't go from. I mean, I've been in situations, man. We talking about, like, you know, sex in the morning to fighting like cats and dogs that afternoon.
That afternoon. How about within 5 minutes of one another? How about that? Before she answers that question, Nicole, Cody, you got time to answer the question. I wouldn't be surprised if she popped up somewhere. But she gonna go to a commercial.
About to have a screen appearance.
So she can type in some detailed responses so we can have that conversation.
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
people? Welcome back to another episode of Relationship Entertainment Television, Millionaire Man Cave, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. Before we went to those quick commercial break, we had a quick conversation. We was talking about something completely different, and I think I brought up PMS, and I don't know, but it brought up the fact that women PMS, and Nicole says that men PMS too, except she calls it DMS. We just don't leave it at DMS. So she says there is a reason for PMS. They don't randomly have it either. Donnell's question was, well, if it's not random, then what it is? So Nicole responds back and says it's biological and hormonal. LOL, Mr. Reasonable. Biological and hormonal. And then she says biology can't be controlled. Because Donnell said, would you say, Donnell? That goes to say what now? They can control
it. You can control it.
There you go. Can't be controlled. Which now she says with meditation, proper diet, and exercise, it can help PMS, but it doesn't eliminate it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So I need to get him on a treadmill.
But wait, no, seriously though. So does, like you said, proper meditation, proper diet, and exercise, does that, because PMS, I don't know about y'all. Me personally, PMS is y'all's attitude y'all have either right before or during y'all's time of the month. Like y'all get the pissy mood syndrome. I guess if you want, it's what I call it. Pissy mood syndrome. I thought the biological part was the fact that y'all can't control what happens that time of the month. You can control your attitude and your mood. Well, I ain't gonna say you can control your mood, but you can control that, in my personal opinion.
See, it's hormones. It's hormones, Ty. And so the hormonal balance is off during that time.
And for those who have not realized it, Mike is Dr. WebMD today. He's been Googling all types of symptoms and all of so that's
I'm taking over Mr. Reasonable's name.
If PMS is hormonal,
yes,
it was DMS.
Oh no.
You gotta let Nicole answer that. Since she the one who said it's called DMS for men. Mike, we don't need the peanut gallery.
I'm really trying to get get to the bottom and try to understand the difference between the two.
So
because I feel like one is justified and the other one is not. So I'm just trying to find out, what it is, what I'm saying. Actually, I'm trying to understand it.
Basically, what it comes down to is men can be moody. Women can be moody too, but for those women that actually have PMS, it's a hormonal issue.
So it's justified because it's a hormonal issue. Meanwhile, if a dude's moody or whatever you want to call it, it's not justified.
So I'm assuming DMS is the male's version of PMS.
Right.
Nicole said that is hold up. No.
No, she really said.
So is DMS biological and hormonal?
I think that's just her word for it. for moody ass men.
So, but do y'all think dudes got DMS then? If that's what you want to call it? I do. I ain't gonna lie. Because there are times, sometimes I'm just in the mood and I just don't feel like it. I mean, I don't know what it is. It could be the damn rotation of the earth. I don't know. But sometimes I'm in the mood. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like being bothered.
But is that DMS?
All right. So I tell you this. I do get in DMS when I don't get any. That's when I get DMS. That I will say that. That's when I get DMS. When I don't get it.
So I think my personality is sometimes I just don't feel like being bothered. And it might just be a moment, not necessarily like a whole 3 days to a week. You know what
right.
I mean?
Dudes don't last that long. Dudes' attitudes or moods don't last that long.
And sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's like if it's my job to understand and know my woman to like basically read the room and say, all right, she must be having a bad day, or she might be hormonal or biologically, whatever. You know what I mean? So if I come home and what I'm saying, not necessarily say, oh, I have an attitude, but most times for me, like I just, I won't say like I want to shut down. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to think about work. I don't want to think about being an adult. You know what I mean? Like I might just want to go into the bathroom for 20 minutes and not be bothered.
Got you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't consider that DMS or PMS. It's just sometimes you just. I mean, this is my personal.
But see, you know what I'm saying. But sometimes, which I really don't understand. It's like sometimes I'm gonna just say people or spouse. It's like they don't understand that, or they don't want to understand that. You know what I mean? It's like what crawled up your ass. You know what I mean? Like nothing. If you leave me alone, we'll be good.
But which I don't understand why they don't understand, because like you said, they go through the same thing, except theirs is quote unquote hormonal or biological. So I don't know.
So I think we talking about separate things though. Like we're talking about moodiness, just being moody in general, and actual PMS. You know what I'm saying? So the actual PMS is something that is hormonal or whatever, and it goes along with that cycle, and it happens cyclically every month. You know what I'm saying? At a certain time.
And it makes them moody and
But aside from that one particular period of time, women are just moody.
Exactly. I was about to say, how are you gonna clarify and justify this one? Because exactly, like, women are just moody. I mean, like Donnell said, you can literally go from getting it in, 5 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden it's World War II in your house, or whatever the case may be, and you have no clue why. You just be like, God, dog, I thought we was just, and so, but we're supposed to let it go because it's hormonal, I guess. No.
Well, just when it's that particular time.
But that can be an excuse for any time, though, Mike.
No, it can't. Because if it's actual PMS, it goes along with that cycle, and it's that precursor, or it's usually right before, the cycle, or during the first few days or whatever.
All I'm gonna say is thank God for meditation, proper diet, exercise, and self-awareness, because I think it's self-awareness as well. Because you got to know that you be an asshole at some point in time to your husband, and it is what it is. Self-awareness. So I thank God for self-awareness, because I will say my wife has been self-aware and meditates and had the proper diet, and now she's exercising. So self-awareness. But that don't mean the moods don't still come and go, because that's why I'm like, okay, if you say so. Anywho, before I get in trouble, Mike, tell us what you're smoking.
Yes, sir. Tonight I have a new cigar, and this one is, so I'm about halfway through it, and it's pretty nice. I'm liking it. I will get it again. It is called Bolivar. Now, see, I practiced this earlier. Hold on. Bolivar Cafradia. Yeah, Bolivar Cafradia. Bolivar Cafradia. And this particular one is called Lost and Found. So Bolivar Cafradia, Lost and Found. Anyway, that's enough screen time for the stickers. Yeah, it's nice. It's a full body. It's mellow. It's not like hitting me over the head. It's mellow. It's got some spice to it. Again, I'm not the type of dude that can pick out all the notes in a cigar, but there's some spice to it, and but it's mellow. I like it, and that's what I'm smoking tonight.
What you pairing with it?
Tonight I have my main man, Basil Hayden.
Okay, yo, you stay with the Basil Hayden.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it, dog.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's smooth. So a lot of people don't like bourbon and whiskey because it has a bite to it, and so I don't like the ones that have that bite to it. I like the ones that have they're smooth. For Father's Day, are we getting into Father's Day?
Yes, I was gonna ask that next, but go ahead.
Yeah. We went to my wife took me
We got
to
sidetracked with PMS and DMS. My bad. Go ahead.
yeah, my wife took me to this place called the Crunkleton. It's off of Uptown. It's just off of Uptown, and it's a bourbon establishment. So like they have, when I said pages, there were pages of bourbons that they had, and they had a lot of other drinks too. But their specialty is bourbons.
I've
And
been to a spot like that in Tennessee.
yeah, okay. And so I tried out this one called Widow Jane, and I really liked it. It did have more of a bite than I like, but the aftertaste or the after notes, it was really smooth and had a lot of flavor in it. So I'm trying to find a bottle. So that was the downside of that spot, is that they have bottles that you just really can't find.
They probably go over the state line and whatnot, and probably go get it. If y'all live in North Carolina, you can't get jack squat when it comes to liquor in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We late on everything when it comes to liquor in North Carolina. Everything.
So, but Widow Jane is the name of it, and I want to find a bottle somewhere somehow.
So if somebody find a bottle of Widow Jane, send it in to Mike so he can go ahead and take care of that bottle for y'all. So how was y'all Father's Day for real? Before we get into Darnell's thing, I know he got God dog it, Darnell. How was y'all's Father's Day? How was y'all's Father's Day? That Darnell, you gone, man. You got
you said it.
Darnell got to do the show. How was y'all's Father's Day, Mike?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll go ahead and continue since I started. She wanted to make an experience for my Father's Day, and so she really did. She hooked me up. We went out to dinner to that spot, the Crunkleton, and then did some other things, and had the next day, actual Father's Day, we went to Top Golf, and it was all 5 of us, which is rare nowadays because Michael is the oldest and he's kind of in and out and goes everywhere. But all 5 of us went to Top Golf and had a great time. And so overall, my Father's Day was awesome.
Mr. Reasonable.
Well, God dang, you know what I'm saying? My wife bought me a Ferrari.
Must be nice. Nah.
We ain't do all that.
But it was a 2006, so that's no good.
Stupid.
That's how you feel?
What'd you get into for Father's Day, Donnell?
Nah, we just went out to, you might as well call it brunch, because by the time we got seated, it was later in the afternoon, and we just did some bowling with the kids, and we did bowling with the kids afterwards that afternoon, and then we went to a birthday party that evening.
Gosh.
And, Mike, that's when I sent you that cigar, because that joint was lovely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get. And I saw there was a mild cigar, and I usually don't do mild, but I'm gonna take your
ton of flavor, dude. Ton of flavor.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I'm definitely gonna try it out.
And what and so I'm glad you brought that up. What I noticed, because remember I told you, like, after I have a cigar, like the next day, like I can still taste it.
Right.
It wasn't like that with this one.
Okay.
And that might and actually that might be something I started thinking about, because I can't stand that smoky taste afterwards.
Is that why you don't smoke that often?
Nah, the reason why I don't smoke that often is because I'm a worried wart. Yeah, I'd be scared that I'm gonna get like lung cancer or something like that. So I try to limit myself, because what I read was, like, when you smoke a cigar, it's like smoking a whole pack of cigarettes.
Gotcha. WebMD.
No,
I was talking about Mike. I thought Mike was getting ready to say, well.
I don't know the equation of that, though.
I thought, Mr. Google, Mr. WebMD over there was gonna be like, well, technically, if you smoke, so that's why I was.
I don't know.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha. I had a great time. Yeah, to your point, Mike, when you have an opportunity to have all your kids together in one place, especially once they get older, it's dope as hell. So I definitely send a shout out and to my wife who was able to pull all our kids together. You know, we got a blended family and a double blended family at that. So my oldest son, who's 22, really don't see that often because he's 22. He got he got an internship. He in college. He's heavily involved in church. You know, he got job and whatnot. So we rarely ever see him. So we actually went to lunch. You know, same thing, Donna. We went to lunch. He came out. We was missing my youngest son because he had to actually work, and he's been taking so much time off from work for football that he really wasn't able to get off on Sunday. So we were actually missing him. But we, like you said, we went to lunch, went out and had some ice cream and whatnot. Went to Top Golf, seeing Mike over there at Top Golf.
yeah.
Came back to the crib, played some cards. My other son, my oldest biological son, actually made dinner, and then literally, like, we sat around, me, my daughter, my oldest son, and my wife. We sat around literally like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, just talking.
Wow.
Just talking. And so for me, that was like it for me, just for the simple fact that I have not had all my kids in the same place at one time, in quite some time, and to be able to just enjoy, their company and whatnot was really it for me. That was just like super special. So, and the night before shout out to Black. We was actually over at Black House, doing a couples thing over at his house, chilling over there. So
okay,
yeah, it was a nice weekend for me personally. So shout out to the wives who actually pulled that one off. What I didn't see this year, which was actually great, is you don't see too many women actually claiming fatherhood anymore, and I'm so glad about
that's
that.
good.
I'm so glad about that. But it is what it is. Hey, Donnell, you got a word to the wise?
Do I have words to the wise? I got words to the wise. Ladies. If you got hair follicles growing out of your chin,
I'm sorry. Let me mute myself. I gotta mute myself.
If you got them hair follicles growing out of your chin, you can't use the term or the phrase "be a man." You heard me? Because you are a man, guys.
Oh. Whoa.
I'm sorry.
You better take care of that, man. So you better take care of that.
Hey, no, you go offend some people because it's
all jokes, man. It's all jokes.
It's women with full grown. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it's yeah.
But would that make you feel a certain type of way?
Hell yeah.
They was like, be a man. Go shave.
like you're more of a man than I am. With all that shit grabbing from your chin. That's why you fuck them or pick them. Nah, yeah, that's nope, Donna. I'm not fooling with you.
I ain't saying y'all did. I said what I said.
He said, ladies, y'all got comments, questions, or concerns? Is Mr. Reasonable right there? info@re-tv.net. Send your comments and your concerns to Mr. Reasonable. He didn't talk about y'all's toes. He didn't talk about y'all's knuckles. Yeah, he talking about y'all's chin hair. They can't. Is it me though? And I ain't trying to be funny, but is it me though? Or are you seeing more and more women with it now? Like more and more women got like you back in the day, you see women with the nice, you'd be like a little upper hair lip, but now they getting like chin hair and like stuff. Is it me, or are you starting to see more women with it?
I'm starting, and look, I always like I'm very visual, so I observe and I be like,
My old elementary school principal was the hairiest chick that I ever knew, dog. Was the hairiest chick. She had hair on her lip. She had hair on her chin. Her arms was hairy. And I was just like, yo, like, how, Sway? But supposedly there is a term and condition for that. But to Donnell's point, though.
Hey, my man. So
Donnell said, ugh.
His neighbor mother when we was growing up. He used to talk about his bad mother because she had hair on her chest. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. And the first time I had seen it, I said, "Oh my Lord."
They can't control it. They can't control
She wasn't a MILF, huh?
Hey.
Oh God.
It's
But
hormonal
imagine
and
if she
biological.
was though. And she had that.
It's hormonal and biological. They can't control it. It's like PMS.
When I was in high school, there was this bad chick, but she had a full mustache.
And the thing is, they can't shave it because then they grow back thicker.
Yeah, she had a full mustache, but she was bad.
So would you still smash?
I would have.
She get some miles.
I don't know. She was older. She was about 2 years older. 2 grades up or whatever. But so I don't know what her circle was like. But yeah, I'm sure she did.
But you still would have smashed if you had the opportunity.
I would have. Yeah.
Thick mustache and all.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, yeah. I think I might have been like, Miss Pearly, who shake you up?
Miss Pearly did have a thick ass mustache. Yeah. I don't know.
Said, I like that line across your lip.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about. So, what's your suggestion and word to the wise for these women who got these and calling you less than a man?
Listen, I don't. It's a lot of cosmetics out here. I think they even got them laser technologies where they can just burn a follicle or something. I don't know.
So would you rather see the hair or the bumps that underneath? Would you rather see the hair?
Good question.
Bumps underneath.
Good question.
Maybe the bumps. I mean, maybe some foundation can buff it out.
This guy's stupid. Foundation can buff it out. Yo, let's go to the commercial before either one of us get in more trouble we've already got there for this damn night.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demeter Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demeter Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Tune in to Millionaire M.A.N, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Tuesdays, 8 p.m. right here, Relationship Entertainment Television, Millionaire M.A.N. We appreciate y'all for tuning in each and every Tuesday. Don't forget, if y'all are on Facebook, share this with your family, share this with your friends, share it in your groups, all that good stuff in between. If y'all are on YouTube, don't forget, y'all can go ahead and subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Just type in Relationship Entertainment Television. It'll pop up, subscribe, hit the button, hit like, all that good stuff. So that way, and then share it with your family and your friends on there as well. And then last but not least, don't forget, if y'all got a Roku TV, Roku app, or Roku whatever, y'all can actually download RETV and watch RETV all the time on your Roku. So make sure y'all go ahead and download and rate and like the RETV app on the Roku. Y'all got any questions, concerns, comments, or even questions for question of the week? Y'all can send them in to info@re-tv.net. Got to give a shout out to my man John. Y'all know the newest cast member of Millionaire M.A.N Cave. Speaking of doing Father's Day, he actually out doing Father's Day in Mexico. He got the big gift. His wife took him out to Mexico for Father's Day, so that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to him. He'll be back next week. He was going to join tonight. Yeah, he was going to join tonight, but he couldn't. He said the signal out there wasn't the greatest. I wonder what part of Mexico he's in. That's what I'm curious about. It seemed like during COVID, everybody was going to Mexico. I guess that was like the only country that was like open. Like, everybody else was shut down. Mexico was like, we take you all. Come on, we got everything you need right here. Question of the week, fellas. Question of the week. It's that time of the night for question of the week. If y'all got questions, y'all want to send them in. As I mentioned earlier, send them in to info@re-tv.net. Send in your questions to info@re-tv.net. We can get your questions right here on air. We answer your questions. We don't answer you. We answer your questions. As my man Black always says, we don't take it personal. You the one who asked the damn question in the first place. So we answering your question, not you personally. So question of the week. It is that time of the night, y'all. Very simple one, not that long. We appreciate it, but we appreciate if you actually send in the video too. But it says, how do you guys flirt with your wife throughout the day? I'm pretty weak with this, and my wife says I need to flirt with her more to get her in the mood. I slap and grab and rub her booty sometimes, most times, but I don't think that's enough. I think she wants me to say things more. Just give me some tips. Anything, I'm sure anything will work. So he wants to know, how do you flirt with your wife and get her in the mood?
Well, I'm gonna start it off with this. Next time you out on the street and you think of that saying that you want to say or something you want to do to flirt with that broad that you see out on the street, bring it back home and instead use that on your wife.
I don't know about that one, Mike. I don't know about that one, Mike. But if that worked for you, okay.
Nah, because I'm just thinking. I'm like I guess when the question was asked, my thought was, you flirt with most people flirt regularly. I'm a bigger flirt than I guess some other guys, but most people flirt, and
everybody flirt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can't just do the hand, the smacking and the grabbing. You got to say stuff to get them enticed. You got to do things. You pick up on cues and go with it. That's how you flirt. That the best flirting is picking up on a cue that they've said or something they've done and playing on it.
Okay. That's what works for Mike. Mr. Reasonable was over there shaking his head.
Cause man, I feel like she's playing mind games. You know what I'm saying? You doing this, like real talk. Cause I feel like in my experience, right? I'm gonna give you Mr. Reasonable, and I'm also give you Donnell. And I'm sure we all had them. You know what I mean? Like dated a woman who it just came natural. You know what I mean? It was like y'all both was on the same wavelength when it came to having sex. You know what I'm saying, is you got it in when you had that window. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter where you was.
Right.
But then you got
complacent.
That was a joke because
but he was serious at the same time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to tell you, oh, you gotta get me in the mood. Like, I'm like, outside of I feel like I heard it more once we started getting serious, right? And I'm like, well, what changed? You know what I mean? And maybe it did change for her, maybe it didn't. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, she was just giving you her representative to hook you, right? But to me, it doesn't, like, I can rub feet, I can, you know what I'm saying, comfort her and hold her hand while we walk. Like I can do all that and still won't get nothing. You know what I mean? I think that it sounds good, right? I mean, at least that might be the intent of something that may be happening. But I think if you really, really want to have sex, bro, you just gotta take it. You gotta take control. Like once, and I'm not saying rape her, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just false, but you know what I'm saying? Like, some women like to be manhandled.
That's true.
It's true.
Switch it up every now and then.
Yeah.
Switch it up every now and then.
That
So I
silverback, like Black used to call it, that silverback.
BDBO. Beat that back out.
BDBO.
I look at it, honestly, I see what you're saying down there. I look at it that way, but I can see it a couple different ways to answer his question. I mean, all right, so I look at it, he's talking about what he does is, he says, I'm pretty weak with this. My wife says I need to flirt more to get her in the mood. My first question is, we've had this conversation on the show. What's her love language? What's her love language? Because it may not be, you say, why? Okay, so why you say that? Because it may not be, he says he rubs on her booty. Her love language may not be physical touch. So they may not do nothing for her.
You're not about to give a gift every time you want to have sex.
The gift ain't got to be financial, though. It could be something else potentially.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I get that marriage is work, but that to me, that just sounds like too much work. Like, why do I have to find out what your love language is when, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, I go back to the neighborhood freak. Like, we getting it in. It don't matter what the love language is. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you want her to be your freak then, and she can just give it up. Give it up whenever you're ready.
Absolutely. I do.
Lady in the street,
you know what I'm saying?
the freak in the
as long
street.
as she's exclusive to me,
Right.
Yeah.
Then you do bring up a good point though, Donnie. I will say this, it could be me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but why is it that we got to be ready when they ready, but they ain't ready when we ready?
again,
That's
always ready.
That part right there.
Thank you, Donnell. We always ready. Why I gotta be whenever y'all ready, but can't be whenever we ready? That's the question. That should be the damn question of the week. Why is it that? But anyway, his question was. But
sometimes,
so, all right,
hey, look. Sometimes I'll be like, "Did I catch you out your prime? What is it?" I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, I go back to the whole PMS thing, right? Like, I just don't understand it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I still go back to say I still say it's a love, which I don't fully agree with, Donnell. I'm saying there's multiple ways you can look at this, but I will say to start with, I will say check her love language. If her love language is not physical touch, then try one of her other, try words of affirmation, try gifts, try shit, whatever it is, acts of service or whatever it may be that speaks to her. Because supposedly, and this is where I disagree. They say if you do stuff throughout the day to get your woman in the mood, then it's easier for you to get some at nighttime or whenever it's time for you to get some. That's the part, like Mike. See, thank you, Mike. I completely disagree with that statement because there's been plenty of times all of us have done stuff all damn day long. I've rubbed your booty. I've given you gifts. I've given you words of affirmation. I've given you all that. And then at nighttime, it's like, all right, Ninja, I'm going to sleep. Wait a minute. I didn't wash the dishes for you. I didn't cook for you. I didn't rub your booty. I didn't told you how beautiful you are and listen to your day and everything. And I can't get nothing. I don't know.
See, women are always in their head. You know what I'm saying? They're always thinking. They're always in their head. And so if you are not matching that time that she's thinking about sensuality or being sensual, you might as well give it up.
Possibly. So here's the other part to that, Donnell, to your reasoning. Honestly, and you didn't say this, but it could be somebody else who got her attention. And now she wants you to step up your game to match the attention of whoever else got her attention.
Ooh. Hey, look, I'm not in competition with nobody.
You may not think you are. And I'm not saying you are personally, but I'm just saying, person may not think they
if it came down to that and I got wind of it, I'm good.
Hey, but why you messing around though?
I'm going back to this neighborhood freak where I'm gonna get it regularly.
while you messing around, the for the question, the person that asked that question, that could be the issue. She may be getting that attention, and she's like, why can't I get that attention at home?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You
So
know,
she
and
coming now. She like,
yeah.
rubbing my booty ain't gonna do it no more. I need you to step your game up. And he's asking.
I think, and if I may, I think that she's coming up with an excuse to the reasons to not give you in. And it might not be somebody else. It might just be, she just don't feel like it.
But then why not say that? Because he pretty much says in his question. It's rereading the question of the week for those who actually are just
because it's just like anything else. I mean, you know what an excuse is for? Is to shut the other person up.
Right, but she ain't shutting him up based on his question. So his question is, how do you guys?
Right, he's not shutting up for us, but he's shutting up for her. Like he trying to figure it out. He not going back to her to be like, well, what can I do? He coming to us for advice.
So you think she's sending him in an ever circling loop? Because she said to him, according to him anyway, he says, I'm pretty weak at this, and my wife says I need to flirt with her more to get her in the mood. So you pretty much think that there is no into this loop. He just gonna be in this loop chasing his tail, trying to figure out how he can flirt with her more and more and more and more and more and more. Meanwhile, she over there, whatever
So this just came to me. Maybe the sex is weak and she don't, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't good for her, why get into it?
But if you're married, why not say something? Why not say that though? Why not say that? Because you married. I mean, so if that's the case,
maybe she has.
My personal opinion.
Maybe she has. Maybe she hasn't said it directly to, maybe not hurt his feelings. Maybe, I don't know.
But then, even if you have, if it's still weak, in my personal opinion, then why not coach this man through it?
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Why not coach this man through it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I had to answer that, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to coach everybody who, might be something lacking there?
If it gets me to the destination I'm trying to get to, hell yeah. If I can tell you that this is what's about to get me off and you ain't doing it.
For some people, that might be draining. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, I go back to, having experiences where sex is amazing to lack thereof and to, in order to get to where I want to be, like I have to coach you through it. Like that to me, that just sounds like a lot.
I get you. I get what you're saying, but I feel like if a person doesn't know, how else are they supposed to find out? Like to even answer his question. In my personal opinion, one of the first things I would do is ask her. All right, so you say flirt with you more. What do you mean? What is it you need from me? Because I ain't gonna be sitting here guessing all day trying to figure out how to flirt with you. And no matter what I come up with, like Donnell said, I'm chasing my tail all day, and it's still not gonna meet your bar. So tell me,
thinking he's flirting. He thinking he is, but she's not receiving it that way.
And then again, you know what I'm saying? She might be one of those types of females. No matter what you do and or say, you can't please them.
Then why tell him? I mean, I know obviously you don't know this question, but then why tell him? Go in circles. Okay, I get it. I'm just trying to figure out because I'm like, if I was in this situation and I was in his shoes, the first thing I would do is ask.
Watch porn.
That could be a solution. That could be her flirting, like you said. Taking it could be in the situation of, all right, we're gonna watch this, and I'm about to do this right here to you, right here. I'm flirting. That's my
advice to him is put a female phone number, might be your closest homie. Put him in your phone as a female number and have him text you all day, every day, flirtatious things.
They'll try to get you divorced. Mr. Reasonable trying to get you divorced.
Hey man, look, Mike said
that might be her
head. Women be in their head. And so my whole philosophy is, like, don't get comfortable not giving me nothing.
Because there's somebody out there who is willing and waiting.
Like I feel like, in a marriage, sex isn't everything, but it's important.
It is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if you withholding your husband for no, like even if okay, all things aside, like even if it was weak, if it made your husband happy to get off every night or every other night, then do that. You know, don't withhold it, because I'm telling you, man, like people, you know what I'm saying, our flesh, you know what I'm saying, like people are victims of their flesh. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, and then you wonder why, oh, he cheated. Well, you gave him a reason to. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying, like, you know,
Hey,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want females to like see the big picture from every angle.
I think they do. I think they do, because again, if they was in that same situation,
I
then
think they don't.
they step out.
I think they honestly don't. I think that they, you know what I'm saying, that they get comfortable. And
Agreed.
again, marriages work.
But if the shoe was on the other foot, I think that they wouldn't find it to be a problem to get that attention. That's why I brought it up. Maybe she's getting that attention elsewhere, and she's like, all right, I've gotten this attention from my coworker, or I've gotten this attention from dude at church, or wherever it may be. And now she's like, oh crap, I don't want to really step out, but because I'm not getting what I really feel like I should be getting from my husband, I need to tell him to step up his game. So, dude, I need you to step up your game and flirt with me more. And so
All right,
that's
so let me
her
ask
way
you
of
this,
telling
Tom.
him, say what?
What's your love language?
Physical touch, quality time.
So if your wife didn't give you physical touch or quality time, but every night she asks you to rub her feet, how would that make you feel?
I'll be blown. But if that's her love language, but I'm at the same time, I'm gonna
You
bring it
would
up
be
to her.
blown. Why?
Because if I'm not getting nothing in return, or if I'm not getting physical touch, then again I'm gonna bring it up to her. I'm gonna be like, yo, my love language is, and this is what I need in return. I can't keep giving you foot massages every damn night, and I don't get nothing in return.
And what if she said you need to figure out how to get me in the mood to give you physical touch or give you quality time?
If that was what I need to do, so to answer real talk, if that's what I need to do, then that's what I need to do. I will figure. I need you to tell me what is it that I need to do to get you in the mood. If you can't tell me that, or if we can't figure this out within a reasonable amount of time, whatever that amount of time may be, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6, 7, 10, whatever that may be, and we can't work this out, and I'm steadily chasing my tail because you keep coming up with these 50 million excuses, it's not that I may cheat, but I'm going to leave the relationship.
Okay. So Ty, how would it make you feel if you putting in all that work and you know your wife has a coworker who is doing something to have her attention or giving them her time? Like, how would that make you feel?
Oh yeah, I would be upset. I'd be pissed off. I'm coming to visit the job. I'm glad she worked from home. I'm glad she worked from home. So I am that coworker giving her something.
So that's my whole point, man.
Mark your territory at her job.
Like I feel like, you know,
hey,
what I'm saying,
take
like,
a break. It's time to get this demo.
I was just gonna say, sometimes people take home for granted, and
they do.
You know what I'm saying? It might be different. I won't say refreshing or anything like that. It's probably just the attention is different, and you know, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, I want my cake and eat it too, because I don't want to, mess up my household, but at the same time, like, this is what I want. And I think people, they get into that way too often. You know what I mean? Like, they take home for granted. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you spinning your wheels trying to, figure it out. And y'all supposed to be, a union, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got this side dude or this work husband in the picture that just seems to know everything to say. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that that's just not a fair thing, because they're not married. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I do not disagree with what you're saying. But like you said, they're not married. They're only getting that person for 4, 6, 5, 7, 8, however many hours per day, and they're not getting the PMS. They're not getting none of that stuff. But in my opinion, it works both ways.
How we gonna eat? They're not getting, the financial issues. They're not getting the disagreements. Like, it's a lot.
Oh yeah, and that's why they say the grass is not greener on the other side. Water your damn grass where you at, and you wouldn't have these problems. But I think it works both ways. I think both men and women do that. Like after a while, when you were tired, like you said, when you're tired of being complacent at home or you're not getting what you need to get at home, you wind up seeking it elsewhere, whether it be the internet, whether it be at work, whether it be at church, whether it be out on the street, wherever it is, the club, whether it may be. I think both guys and chicks do it. Not saying it's right, but in some cases, it winds up helping the relationship. Not in every case, but in some cases, it winds up helping the relationship because at the end of the day, they're like, you know what? All right, I see what's going out in the streets ain't really what I want was hitting. I've had my share of attention or whatever it may be, but now I know I can really focus on whatever's going on at home. And in other cases, it's like, yo, I really see what's going on the streets, and I'm done with home. If you ain't hitting at home right, then I'm going, go do it over here. And that's when they really realize it.
Like Sherelle said, you're everything that I miss at home.
Pretty much.
Man, I'm gonna just say this: if foot rubs is what you like, damn it, if I rub your feet, I want 30 seconds of pleasure.
If that's the trade, it's the compromise. But that's the compromise.
That's the compromise. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a win-win.
But it don't. So okay, so back to his question though, right quick. It don't sound like that's his issue because he ain't saying that that she ain't doing nothing to please him. He pretty much is like, yo, I'm trying to flirt with her, trying to get her in the mood. Yeah, rubber booty and all them other good things, but none of that stuff just seems to be working. So maybe she is pleasing him, but he just ain't pleasing her. To your point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, she needs attention.
If he has to get her in the mood, it sounds like she's not giving him any sex to get her in the mood to have sex.
Or as Mike say, she may be giving him that Miss Seeley sex just for out of duty. She feel like it's her wifely duty to just go ahead and give him that Miss Seeley sex.
Yeah, that might be a blower, but that might be the compromise.
Exactly. And I don't know about you, but I don't like that Miss Seeley sex. Don't just tell me, I'll just go ahead and get it from behind while you sitting there half asleep. Nah, I need you to be active and participatory in this whole situation. So I'm rubbing booties, I'm rubbing feet, I'm doing what you need me to do to get you in the mood, so that way I can get what I need to get at the same time. My personal opinion. But I really do feel like that maybe there is a reason. I do think there's a reason that she's telling him that he needs to do more to get her in the mood as far as flirting is concerned.
So let me ask this: do people have to rub feet anymore? I mean, because COVID and everybody working from home, ain't nobody up on their feet all day.
You stupid. You stupid. My wife has never asked me to rub her feet, so I don't know. I have no clue. I'm like him. I'm rubbing and slapping booties all day long. So, and like Donnell,
whether you at home or not.
There you go. And that, shut up, Mike. You trying to get me in trouble. And sometimes that works. Sometimes it don't work. I don't know. My wife told me that she in the mood a lot more often than she tell me she in the mood. And then I go, well, why the hell you don't never tell me you in the mood?
When? Tell me when.
Tell me. Because like Donnell said, I'm always in the mood. So we can come to this and make this agreement work and bye.
Hey, Tom,
there you go.
Just try your hand. Just take it, man. Just try your hand. See what happens.
Hey, I might just do that in the middle of the day. Be like, yo, while she in the meeting, hey, come on, let's go.
You call you back.
Exactly. Come on,
we
let's
about
go.
the BBBO.
Right. Exactly. Right now. Not now, but right now. I don't know. Just personally. But I think also to answer dude's question, me personally, I say find out what her love language is. If you already know, then focus on that. If you don't know what it is, then ask her, man. Just ask her what the hell she wants you to do as far as flirt is concerned.
See, okay, I'm gonna just leave. My last statement is this time. Like the thing that kind of like irritates me the most about this question is, in the beginning when y'all were just dating, what changed? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess if whatever you were doing and I get that people change, but whatever you were doing to court her, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like start with that as a starting point.
But I've heard women say, I'm tired of that. Do something different. I'm tired of that. That's my mother always told me, don't start something you can't keep up or finish. So like when me and my wife got together, we was going on trips constantly, and we were doing stuff. My wife was like, "So where do you go?" My mother was like, "So where do you go from here? Like, if you already doing all of this stuff, where do you go from here? Set expectations low, and then you got somewhere to work up to." So she may be like, "Yo, you've already maxed me out with whatever you were doing. We was dating for the past 3, 4, 5 years."
But the whole thing was getting her in the mood. You know what I mean? You know.
So I think also going into that whole, you know, putting your full or putting that face up in the beginning, you know, women, from my experience, their energy is towards getting that man. You know, that even if it's not getting that man, their energy is towards that man in the beginning before they get married. And then after they get married, their energy is everywhere else.
I've seen that.
Hey,
I've seen that.
Then I leave it with this. I'm tired of that. Let me do something. You do something different.
Especially when you got kids, that you can't. Especially when you got kids, like Mike said, the energy be like, you be like, all right, it's all about the two of y'all. And then as soon as she get pregnant or she got kids, and now her attention's focused on them kids, you be like, well, damn, what about me? Like, I still need to get mine over here. Like you.
Let me tell you something. When them kids get 18, them kids ain't really thinking about you. So you know what I'm saying? It's in your best interest to have your retirement set.
So I've had that conversation with people that you know, the whole thing is, you know, your kids aren't always going to be there, but your wife will, you know, or your husband will. Hopefully. You know, hopefully. But you know, so you have to invest into that man, into that woman, you know, now, because when the kids are gone, what's left? If you spent 18 years being all about the kids, what you gonna do then?
Then once they're gone, you trying to figure out who the hell you done married.
Right.
Because you paid that person attention for the past 18, 19 years, however many years it is. So yeah, I'm with you. So I say my personal opinion is ask her. If that don't work, like Donnell said, just take it. You know what I'm still waiting to do, Donnell? I ain't gonna lie. You know I'm waiting to do. We had
the argument.
Thank you. That's what I'm waiting to do. We haven't had an argument. We haven't had like a serious argument yet. We had a little spat here and there. We haven't had a serious argument yet. We have a serious argument. I promise you, I'm getting butt ass naked and then and see how that conversation go after that. Now we'll let y'all know how that happened. Be like, yo, we was arguing, and all of a sudden I just stripped, and then I want to see what happened. I just want to see what happened. Now it'd be funny if she hit me back with it, but I want to see what happened. Just to see what happened. Yo, it's that time of the night, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Question of the week. We can continue this conversation online. For our fellas, we got the Millionaire Man Cave group on Facebook. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and join the Millionaire Man Cave group on Facebook. We can continue the conversation there, or join the RETV group on Facebook as well, and we can continue the conversation there as well, because we want to know, get this man some advice. He wants to know, how does he flirt with his wife to get his wife in the mood? She told him that he needs to do more flirting. He's trying to figure out what he need to do, because smacking her on the ass and rubbing her on the booty all day just ain't working. It ain't working. So we'll continue that conversation on Facebook, on both platforms, the Facebook Man Cave group, as well as this Millionaire Man Cave on Facebook, as well as the RETV Facebook group as well. In between time, if I can get it out right, we will see y'all next week, same time, same place. My man John will be back with us from Mexico, and we have a whole new show for y'all next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, we out, fellas.